Yo, what's going on? Welcome back. Last night we cashed. We went 3-0 in our NBA picks, and we got another 3 NBA picks for you guys tonight on this NBA Wednesday. All right, Marcus Smart cashed for us last night with ease. Harden cashed in the final seconds of the fourth quarter, and Arsad Thompson just had an overall great game. We went 3-0, free money right here. And I got another 3 great picks you guys want to stay tuned for. You guys do not want to miss out. And if you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe if you're new. We're posting here almost every single day, so stay tuned. And yeah, and also, if you want to join my VIP WINIBLE completely for free, this is where I post all my picks, all right? All my picks are on here, all right? They're texted right to your phone. I've got a free plan where I post all my YouTube plays. You'll get access to everything there, so might as well join that. So I'll be linked in my description, so go check that out. My VIP plan where I post even more picks is usually $14.99 a week. You can get it completely for free. All right, free. Just use code WORLD on Betr or Novig and text a screenshot to this number right here. And when you do that, you'll get some nice promo discounts as well on Novig. They're giving away $50 completely for free when just you sign up. When a new user sign up, just use code WORLD, WORLD, when signing up to get that free $50 and linked in the description as well. All right, click that link and use that code. Also on Betr, all right? New users get a free $200 when you sign up, all right? $200 and no sweat entries, limited time only. You guys do not want to miss out on this, guys. It's free money right here. Like, you just use code WORLD and sign up. This will all be linked in the description. All right, all the directions will be down there, so make sure to go check that out. But enough of that. Let's get into it. All right, we got 3 great picks, so let's do it. Pick number 1. I got OG Anunoby higher than 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. All right, as you can see, he is 60% in his last 10 games. And first game against Philadelphia, he didn't do that well. Well, he did, but he didn't get the PRA that he was intended to. But that's because the Knicks blew out the Sixers, and he barely, I don't even think he played in the fourth quarter. So he got this 22 PRA without even playing in the fourth. And it's going to be a much closer game today. Philly always likes to take game 2 close. It's going to be a much closer game, and OG Anunoby is going to soar over this line. All right, as you can see, he's exceeded 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists in 4 of his last 5 games, averaging 32 in his last 5. All right, he's averaged 32 points, rebounds, and assists in his last 5 games. And his line is 24.5. This is so low. He cashes this with ease. His last 20 games, 50%. But if you go head-to-head against the Sixers, he has hit it at a 75% rate in his last 8 games against them. All right? Except his last game. All right, the 2 games before that, 34-31. He didn't play much this game. 32, 28, 25, 32. He loves to get this line, especially against the Sixers. And he would have gotten it last game if if they put him in the fourth quarter, but they just blew him out. It's gonna be a much closer game, probably gonna be high scoring as well. And on the season, yeah, he's 49-50%, but it's playoff time, and he's gonna get a lot more playing time. And as you can see, the Sixers, they don't have the best defense, all right? Points allowed, they're one of the worst in the league. Same with the rebounds allowed and assists allowed, all right? Very favorable matchup for OG right here, and he's set to have a dominant performance tonight. As you can see, you can get it at minus 114 on FanDuel, minus 114 as well on Novig, and a minus 119 on Prizepicks, and all the way up to minus 130 on DraftKings. All right, this is an easy line right here. OG does everything, all right? He mostly gets those points and rebounds, but he could also just get this line just on points. As you can see, he has done it before in one of the most recent games, in the Game 7 or the Game 6 that they had against Atlanta. He easily got that line. And yeah, against Philly, he didn't get it the first game, so he's due. He's due to get it this game, and I think he does it with ease tonight, no doubt about it. All right, next up, another one. In the same game, we're going Paul George, higher than 15.5 points. Paul George has been acting like his old self recently. He has been very consistent. As you can see, he's 80% in cashing this line in his last 10 games. And same thing in his last 20 games, 80% as well. 16 of his last 20 is cashed. And if you go head-to-head against the Knicks, he's 57% in his last 7 games against them. He did it in the most recent one, in Game 1, and I bet he does it even again. He's 59% on the season, and just, yeah, he's been cashing the whole series against the Celtics. He's been very good, dominant, and especially Game 1 against the Knicks, he cashed, and I think he does it again in Game 2. Yeah, I think it's just another dominant performance. As you can see, he's exceeded 14.5 points in 12 of the last 14 games on the road, averaging 18.4 points during that span. So he's been averaging 18.4 points in his last 14 games, and his line is 15.5. All right, Great value here. Yeah, the Knicks have a good defense, but as you can see, game one, that didn't show it from Paul George. And that was a bad game, just the Sixers in general. So with them kind of they're destined to have a better game today, and I think he does that. Yeah, as you can see, like I said, the 57% head-to-head. He loves to score against the Knicks, and especially early in the season, he was dominant, like 29, 26, 25. He's been scoring like crazy, and I think he does so yet again. You can get this line up minus 106 on Novig. Great value there. All right, so if you want that free $50, like I said, on Novig, just use that link in the description. Use code WORLD when signing up. All right, New Year's, when they spend $5, they get $50 completely for free. So go check that out and get that line value. You can also get it at minus 119 on Prizepicks and minus 120 on DraftKings. All right, it's free money right here. We swept the night last night, and I bet we sweep it again tonight. Pick number 3. We're going the other game, the late night game. Rudy Gobert lower than 11 rebounds. All right, and you might think Rudy Gobert's basically the tallest one out there, right next to Wemby. That's the point. Right next to Wemby. Wemby's going to be stealing those rebounds away from Rudy Gobert. All right, he's gone below this line in 50% of his last 10 games and only 45% of his last 20 games. But I'm not looking at consistency on this bet, all right? I'm looking at the San Antonio Spurs defense. All right, they're 8th best in the league in rebounds allowed, and they do not allow rebounds against centers. All right, they only allow 7.7 rebounds against centers. And Rudy Gobert, game one, he got below the line. He had 10 rebounds. And I see this being an issue for him. As you can see, when he plays the Spurs, when he plays Wembanyama, he's 71% and getting below this line in his past 7 games. As you can see, he did it last game. All right, he's failed to exceed 10.5 rebounds in 4 of his last 5 games on the road, only averaging 9.2 during that span. So 9.2 rebounds, averaging in his last 5 games. I think he gets below this line yet again. Yeah, he does it overall during the season. Sure, he gets over this line, but he doesn't play the Spurs every single game. All right, he gets below this line when he plays the Spurs. All right, Wemby will be locking him up, and I don't see him getting 11, higher than 11 rebounds. This line you get at minus 119 on Prizepicks. The line was like switching up a little bit. It was at 10.5, 11.5, 10.5, 11.5, 10.5. I found a good line right around the 11 spot. Yeah, as you can see, it's plus 103 to go lower than 10.5, and then minus 163 to go lower than the 11.5. But yeah, I think Rudy Gobert easily cashed this one. Wembanyama will be locking him up, and yeah, that's all I gotta say. And it was also a low-scoring game in game one, so that meant for more rebounds. So it's gonna be a higher scoring game this time, less rebounds available, and yeah, that's all I gotta say about Rudy. He's soaring under this line. As you can see, a little recap: we got OG Anunoby higher than 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Paul George higher than 15.5 points, and Rudy Gobert lower than 11 rebounds. All right, $20 gets you 120. Free money right here. All right, and again, if you want to join that promo on Novig, you get $50 completely for free. Just use code WORLD when signing up, and that link in the description as well. And on Betr, they're giving away $200 just for signing up. Just use my code WORLD when signing up, and that link in the description. You guys don't want to miss out. And also, follow my Twitter as well. I post all my picks on here. As you can see, we cashed last night on here. And yeah, I post all of them on here with more in-depth analysis. I post my YouTube videos as well, so make sure to check that out. Give it a follow. And also follow my WINIBLE as well. So I'll also be linked in the description. And yeah, like the video as well. Subscribe if you're new. All right, we're posting on here almost every single day. I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, let's have a day. Let's win big today. And yeah, let's go cash.